Uh, how do you think about cash in a portfolio? Do you hold any cash as, say, a portfolio hedge or to take advantage of opportunities? And then beyond the dividend capture model, when you're sitting on that cash, is there anything you do to generate returns with that cash? And then I'll ask another question that you can answer at the end. If you were to wind up your fund and go back to retail investing, is there anything you'd change, or would you invest exactly like you are?
Yeah, great questions. So we hold cash because we have sold puts. So the cash is our collateral to buy the underlying equity, but we are typically fully invested. There's really no, our fund is very modest size. We're just approaching 20 million. We started with 100,000, 125,000 in 2011. We have plenty of opportunities with $20 million to put every single penny to work. We would have plenty of opportunities to put every single penny to work with $200 million. If you can't find something to do with your cash, then put it into the positions that you already own. And if you want, write a little covered call if you need to get your cash back. I don't think, I've never been one to sit around waiting for a better opportunity. There's so many opportunities right now, and there are always opportunities. So I know there's some people that sit around in cash, and Warren Buffett's playing a totally different game. So if anybody tells you, we'll look at Warren Buffett, he has 140 billion in cash. It's apples and oranges. It's totally unrelated. So in fact, Charlie Munger just said the same thing about Daily Journal. He said, we're happy to go on margin, and we've never been sitting around in cash waiting for an opportunity. So, you've got this tax roaring at like 8% inflation right now. So you've got a lot of opportunities. You can basically spin up the dividend capture model with cash until you find an opportunity. But yeah, I would put cash to work. I think there's a lot of, we have way more ideas than capital. So we don't have any excess cash.
Yeah, that's you mentioned Berkshire Hathaway, but even Buffett in his letter, Matt, this year was saying, throughout my entire investing career, at least 80% or more of my net worth has been invested, in equities. It's like, and my favorite position is, or was and still is 100%. So.
Yeah. I think, maybe there's a few billionaires on the call that want to have a little cash, but for those of you that are sitting around with 7 or 8 figures, I think you can put 100% of it to work. If you can't figure out what to do, just pull up a 13F or open even my annual report. You can just take those ideas. I mean, they're going to do great. So there's a lot of opportunity, especially after the current crisis that we've been going through. There's a lot of interesting situations. I mean, you could just turn around and buy Amazon or Google and do pretty well, probably even Apple. There's some really simple, obvious opportunities. And those by far are not the best, but you'd be totally safe and way better than cash.